What's up, YouTube? I don't make these videos often. I'm not really camera shy, but I just don't think I'm very photogenic. But for this, I think it's worth it. About a year ago, I started playing guitar, or trying to learn to play guitar. And that's going however it's going. It's very slow going, but I'm still going. It's been a year. But along the way, I found, a few YouTube channels here and there, one of which made me realize that I could take this Squier Sonic that I picked up when I first started. Yes, it's a Squier Sonic. And I could modify it and kind of make it cooler than just this cheap piece of shit I started off with. Forget my language. I'm not monetized. I don't care. But I started looking and trying to see, what things I could do. How could I modify this to make it really cool? And found different channels along the way. One of the ones that really hit me was this one called Scar My Guitar. He kind of made you feel on his channel like, it's just a thing, let's make it cooler, And honestly, it was a $200 guitar, so why not just try it, right? So I ended up buying a bunch of parts and having them all mailed to my house, and not knowing if I was going to be able to do any of the things that you needed to do to mod a guitar. I've never soldered anything in my life before this, but I watched every video on Scar My Guitar's channel, and then I found a few other channels that kind of helped me figure out soldering a little bit, like Dylan Talks Tone, Pusheen, I forget what his channel's called, but he does jazz masters and stuff like that. But anyway, after watching all these videos and saying, okay, well, let me give it a try, one of the videos I saw Scar My Guitar do was turning a kit guitar Stratocaster into a Tom DeLonge, and I was like, well, I really like a Tom DeLonge, so I essentially made a Tom DeLonge of my own. Yes, it doesn't look like the colors of the Tom DeLonge, but I bought this green thing when I started, and point is though, I got the Invader, I got CTS 500K pod. I have a treble bleed circuit, and I had no idea what I was going to do with all that stuff, but it came in the mail. I learned how to solder. I did that. I also, along the way, changed the saddles to these brass ones, and I learned how to do fret dressings and rolling my fretboard. And for a Squier Sonic neck, mind you, I've had a lot of other guitars now because I'm a bad collector, but I got a real bone nut. Ooh, I got a real bone nut there now. I actually cut the slots on that myself and everything. I put a better string tree. I put Fender locking tuners on it. This is probably the most expensive Squier Sonic known to man. I've also gone back and done a second update to this guitar after that. It has a pull route, right? It's a big old empty hole in there. But it had a lot of noise. I guess with the Invader, that's kind of thing that happens. But I took it apart and I copper foiled everything in there. Changed all the wiring to high quality cloth covered wire. This thing actually sounds the part now. I mean, shit, it's a Squier. It's $200. I've spent a lot of other money into the guitar, but it's still less than $1,100 or $1,200, whatever the Tom DeLonge cost. So, yeah, I even put little Blink-182 stickers on there. This was fun. I had a fucking blast doing this. And that made me decide to spend more money. And so, also because of Scar My Guitar, I said, I'm going to keep going. And I learned both from him and the Pusheen channel. God, I wish I could remember Pusheen's channels. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Because I feel bad not remembering the name of his channel now, because I'm talking about both. It's just called Pusheen, okay. But he does all kinds of offsets. I happened to be in Guitar Center one day, and I picked this up. This was, don't look at the neck, because this was just a tortoiseshell covered Squier, not vintage, but like the Squier one that cost like, $400. Jazzmaster, right? This was, I don't know, I picked it up, started to play it, and I'm like, holy shit, I understand why these things are cool. This whole offset thing's fun. And I wanted it really bad. But I left it there, went home. Then I decided, no, I want it. I ordered it online to pick up in store, went back to the store to get it. The guy brought out a sealed box, and I was like, oh, I'm not getting the one on the wall, because I was kind of like, oh, I want that one I played off the wall. And he's like, no, you're getting a brand new one. I'm like, oh, okay. I take the brand new one, I leave, I go home, I open up the box, big ass chip out of the side of it. And I'm like, I didn't buy a pre-relic guitar, but I ended up almost immediately taking it straight back to Guitar Center, and the guy goes to me, do you want the one on the wall? Yes, please. So I ended up getting the one off the wall that I had originally played. Very happy with that. I'm sorry for not looking at the camera. I don't do videos often. My bad. But I went home. I played the crap out of this thing for a while, and then I was like, hey, I want to mod this. I'd watched every fucking video. I've watched every video on Pusheen's channel now too. Between that and Scar My Guitar, I'm like, I want to take this Squier apart, and when I'm done with it, the only thing I want to be Squier on here is the body. And so I got a Fender cut like a signature model headstock, or not headstock but neck. The guy from Queens of the Stone Age, I believe it was, this was his model. So of course this is a 7.5 radius neck, which I got this neck on a deal on eBay. Couldn't tell when I bought it, but I figured it out once I got it. You can tell that this inlay had been removed, and you can see like marring around the edge of it. I'm guessing on the original guitar there was a truss rod problem and they had to dig it out and then put it all back. They did an excellent job. It does not look bad, and it works great. The truss rod works great. So the neck was way worth the amount of money I paid for it, but it was a real Fender neck. I took all their pots out and now have the right setup, the 1 meg and the 50K volume and tone. Not 50K. Yeah, 1 meg and 50K volume and tone in here from Fender. But I have a Switchcraft 3-way switch, Pure Tone, one of the like double prong jacks. Also copper foiled the entire inside. Kind of left the rhythm circuit alone because honestly that intimidated me a little bit. A lot of wires going in different directions. But the wires coming from the switch to everything else, it's all the cloth covered wire. I had to get a bridge that was 7.5 to match the neck, which I did. It's one of the ones that has a nylon down by the screws, so the screws never back, ever. I got an AVRI tremolo, and I said, screw it, since everything else on here is Fender, I got a Fender plate, because that's, plate is connecting a Fender neck, don't judge me. But this thing sounds amazing. It's got a set of 11s on it, and man, the only thing I still really need to do to this guitar is to change the Squier pickups to maybe, I haven't decided which ones I'm getting it. That's the only reason they haven't been changed. I don't know if I'm going to do Lawler or I'm rambling and, hey man, this is my video so I get to ramble. Nobody's going to really watch it. But that or Seymour Duncan's, I haven't quite figured out what I want yet. If anybody has suggestions on anything better than that, I don't know. If anybody sees this and has a suggestion, leave it in the comments. But I need to do those, and I do need to stop being scared and redo this. I have a Switchcraft switch for here that I've already bought, and it's over here on my shelf. I still want to buy the right pots, the actual Fender bracket. I want everything to be the Fender parts and not Squier parts. I want to say that the only piece of this that's Squier anymore is the poplar body. I think it'll still technically be cheaper than getting an equivalent Fender Jazzmaster that has all the, rhythm circuit and everything else built into it. Because I've seen some Jazzmasters that don't have this, and then that just looks weird to me now that I'm used to this, But man, the point is, I do all this because at first there was a dude named Sean who has a channel, Scar My Guitar, who had a video that said, "No, hang on there, Sean. You got all these fancy tools. I can't be doing all this that you do." And he stopped and said, "Well, why not? You got to start with something, right?" So I started with a parts caster. I took things apart and changed everything to make that Squier the best thing I could make it. Would have never tried that if it wasn't for the way Sean broke it down and said, you gotta just do it and you gotta just try. But Sean, his channel, Scar My Guitar, got hacked the other day. And his entire channel is gone. And YouTube is giving him the runaround. The whole point of this video, yes, I wanted to kind of say, hey, I'm here on YouTube and I'm going to try to make a thing of this. Where I kind of show my progress on not just making things, but also on learning to play. But Sean is an amazing dude. You gotta get into one of his lives on a Saturday night and just see how chill they are and how much they care about their community and their channel. And they got plans, and I want to see the best for them. And I'm hoping that even with my 4 people that watch my channel, that we can get the word out to YouTube to be quit screwing him around, get him his channel back. People like me need his stuff on there so I can learn from it. He's an awesome guy to share all his knowledge with everybody. But anyway, I'm bad at ending these things. I'm kind of done. But please, go check out his wife's channel, Scar My Pickups. They still have access to that channel. And they put up a video there kind of explaining. It was a live where they kind of explained everything that was going on. Please go check that out. So check out Scar My Pickups. And, if you know anybody at YouTube, you can go to X/Twitter whatever and just send messages to YouTube. Be like, hey, fix this channel. To their tech support people. Try to help out however you can. If Scar My Pickups goes live, just do a share out. If you're in the guitar world at all, give a share so that people can get there and kind of follow what's going on. Anyway, enough. I ramble too much. Go check out Scar My Pickups. Thank you very much for watching this if you did. Peace. Love you.